So yesterday I was put against a fight with this robot thing that you see on the screen, except for when I fought it the first time it was much harder because the health was really, really powerful. I'm just gonna say that it took almost 30 minutes to take this guy out the first time I fought him. But it wasn't easy. I only had one sword and the sword would break a lot, so it was just worthless to use the sword at all. So the only thing I really had in my inventory was the little remote bombs. Now, there's a few steps you'll have to take to destroying this robot thing. Some are hard, some are easy, but they're all pretty much the same when it comes to tactic. You will need to buy a bunch of explosive arrows, and if you don't know how to do that, just collect a whole bunch of ambers. You can use those by destroying the rocks, by throwing the remote bombs on them, detonating these black crystal rocks on mountains that pretty much glow in the dark, I guess. And when you pick up these orange small rocks, they're going to be called ambers. You could sell them for money, and you could buy explosive arrows because they will make your wallet dry out really quickly. And they give you next to nothing for arrows with a high cost. So yeah, you might want to get these because they will be very helpful for later on. But if you do got the explosive arrows, you're pretty much in luck. You'll do good. But if you don't have the explosive arrows, I just hope you have a pro controller for the Switch, because you're going to need to navigate and jump out of the way as quick as possible, because the last part really is hard. Anyways, for the first tactic, this guy is going to be using a spinning attack. You can tell because he'll jump back, all his blades will come out, and he'll stand still for a few seconds. You're going to want to leave all the tiles in the room intact because, well, actually it's going to be really hard to do that because he's going to be using, or you are going to be using a bomb most of the time. I was thinking a Link, but you are going to use a bomb most of the time, so you're going to have to, I don't know, I guess you can sacrifice some tiles because it's sort of hard not to, but if you can find a way not to, then you might want to leave it. If you do break all the tiles, the easiest way to stun him is to lead him to a corner when he's spinning and then jump out of the way at the last second. Right when he's coming towards you, you don't want to wait. You're going to want to run left or right as soon as you can, because he pretty much will hit you and take all your health down. Almost all the hits will. So you want to avoid any attack as much as possible. Run away as much as possible so you don't get hit by him. Now, if all the tiles are gone and he moves to the second attack, that's when you can use the explosive arrows. I wouldn't really recommend it if you don't have a lot of them. You can probably see in the video I have like 30 or something, so I'm not worried too much. But you have 10 arrows, don't use it to the very last part. Keep using your bombs. It is hard when that beam is spinning around. What I usually do is I throw a bomb and I detonate it before he uses the laser spinning move, and I just continue that until he keeps running towards me and shoots at me. Sometimes if you're really good, you can like move left and right to dodge his lasers, but at the same time throw a bomb at him and detonate it, then switch and do the same thing. But again, it's hard without not getting hit. So when it moves to phase 3 is going to be the hardest, because with phase 3, instead of the spinning laser thing, you're going to have him aim a red laser beam at you for a few seconds and then shoot a bigger laser at you that will one hit kill you no matter what health you're on. So you don't want to get shot. If you are too late and he starts to fire the laser beam, you're going to want to just simultaneously keep pressing the sprint button before he fires it. If you could figure out the pattern, that's the best advice I can give you. Then once he starts to recharge it and aiming at you, I'd say the max is 3 explosive shots, because if you keep taking too much shots on him, he will pretty much shoot you with the laser beam and kill you that quick. So I wouldn't risk anything but 3 shots, and if you can get it, that's how you beat him pretty much. And that's for all the tactics on every one of them. I wouldn't really change that. Maybe you could spice it up if you find something else, but for me, this is what worked. I beat him flawlessly for the second time, as you could see, and I'd rather have him fought much more harder, because in this video it was way too easier.